Welcome to Mass DC Storytime. We hope you enjoy our stories.
Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to another episode of Mass DC Storytime. Think about Ramadan. Think about the fasting. Think about your family and friends. What's your favorite food during Ramadan? Mine is always dates. But for a lot of people, they have a lot of different traditions from places that they've come to. Today, we'll be reading The White Nights of Ramadan by Maha Adasi. Noor stared out her bedroom window at the rising moon. "It's almost time," she whispered, and ran to tell her brothers. "Look out the window," Noor said. "The moon is almost full. The middle of Ramadan will soon be here." Yes, can't wait," said Noor. Sam and Dan smacked their hands in a high five and sang, "Candy, candy." "Look, I'm a musahhir," said Sam, banging his drum. The musahhir walked through their neighborhood before dawn, beating his drums to wake people up for suhoor. Sometimes the musahhir left gifts. "Well, my musahhir," said Noor, "we'd better get busy and make our candy." In the kitchen, Noor mixed honey with powdered sugar. Then Mom heated the mixture to make a glaze for the nut brittle. Grandmother shelled her pistachios. Mom roasted them, then stirred the nuts into the glaze. Once the mixture was spread on the table, Noor's father and grandfather took turns with a special mallet and chipped the roasted nut brittle into small pieces. Sam and Dan wrapped the candy in cellophane, and Mom helped them tie into colorful ribbons around each cluster. Finally, the candy was placed in the treat basket. "Now we must decorate the bags," said Noor. "Beautiful bags mean more candy." Noor and her brothers painted their canvas bags with bright colors. When the bags were dry, they glued colorful beads on them. Then Noor threaded yellow ribbon through the slits at the top of the bag and tied it around her brother's waist. "I'll take 8 green ribbons," Sam said. For her own bag, Noor chose ribbons of red and gold, her favorite colors. Then it was time to try on her fancy dress. Noor twirled in front of the mirror. The color of the dress was bright that Noor thought she could see the red with her eyes closed. That night, Noor was so excited, too excited to sleep. She kept checking the candy and the fanuses that would light up their path. No one needed a musahhir that night. The whole family was up well before dawn. Noor ate dates at suhoor. Then she snuggled next to her grandmother. "I love Ramadan," she said. "Ramadan can be fun," said her grandmother. "But remember, the true meaning of Ramadan is spending time with family and sharing with those less fortunate." "Yes," said Noor. "That is Ramadan." As sunlight started to stream through the windows, Noor knew she had to keep busy until sunset. She read the Quran, she prayed Dhuhr and Asr. She wondered if the clock had stopped. Finally, the sun set and Noor joined her family to break her fast. It was time for iftar. Sam and Dan, who were too young to fast, finished eating quickly. After iftar, Noor and her brothers got ready. Sam and Dan dressed in their traditional dishdashas. "You look very handsome," said their grandmother. Then Noor came down the stairs wearing her fancy dress. "You look beautiful," said her mother. Noor's heart beat as fast as the drums of the musahhir himself as she held up her brass fanus. Baba snapped many pictures. Noor and her brothers tied their bags in place, and with their grandfather by their side, they went on their walk. Everywhere she looked, Noor saw children in shimmering costumes. She heard singing throughout the neighborhood. Colorful fanuses, special lanterns for Ramadan, lit the night. It's no wonder the middle of the month are known as the 3 whites, Noor thought. With the full moon in the sky, it all made sense now. She decided it was called the White Nights of Ramadan. Dan knocked on the first door, and Sam, who had insisted on strapping his drum around his neck, stood at attention. When the neighbor opened the door, Noor and Dan sang. "I'm the new musahhir," they announced. The neighborhood laughed and dropped candy in their bags. By the end of the night, the crinkly cellophane stuck out of their candy bags like flowers in a vase. I'll be in Musahar for 2 more nights, Sam said. When Noor and her brothers returned home with their sweet treasures, their mother was waiting with a food basket for the poor. Now comes the time for sharing, she said, and handed the basket to Noor. As Noor and her grandfather walked to the masjid to deliver the basket, she remembered what her grandmother said about Ramadan. She took her grandfather's hand and turned her eyes to the sky. "Look at the Ramadan moon, Grandpa," she said. "Isn't it beautiful?" "It certainly is beautiful, my Noor," her grandfather said. "It certainly is." Jazakumullah khair for joining us for another episode. Please continue to check us out on YouTube, on Facebook, and our website at masdc.org. Wassalamu alaikum.